there's certain things that we have to address in this world, and people don't like talking about it. And that is, simply aggravating someone. And then the person who gets aggravated, they don't say anything back. You see what I'm saying? I think it's important to find the right way, but I think it's important to tell somebody, even if you don't use the words, you aggravate me, let them know, like, look, I'm going to have a backbone. I'm going to stand up for myself. And furthermore, I think, like, there's so many people out there that just expect the right thing, expect the nice thing, expect things out of people, period. And I think a lot of that, they get mad when it don't go their way. Like if somebody's like, well, you didn't do this. And it's one of those things where you're like, I barely know you. We've never talked about this before. Why are you telling me like that? Like, like somebody comes to your house, for instance, and you've never had them at your house, you've never done anything, and then, had them over, done anything with them outside of where you know them, especially at your home, I guess, whatever have you. They come to your home, and they're like, I see you don't eat vegetables. Maybe that was a bad analogy, but, you'll get the message here, the picture. And you're like, what? You don't have vegetables in your house? I just haven't went to the supermarket yet, the grocery store. But yeah, I have some. Well, you don't eat them? What? You see what I'm saying? Well, maybe that was a bad analogy, but I guess what I'm saying is some people just have no reason to be the way they're being. They want to be aggressive. Whether you come into somebody's place of business and expect things, and you know damn well these people are not going to always do what you want them to do or expect. That's why I feel like I'm never let down with people. Like, I'm never let down because, if you're only let down because you expect something. I don't expect things from people, from keeping their word to, I'm not saying that none of these things have ever happened, but I just don't expect. So therefore, I'm never let down. My wife is one of these people that are like, I don't know how you can be that way. It drives her nuts on how some things I can just cut you off, cut it off, let the situation go. Always remember, but not, it just, don't let it overcome your life. Don't let it overcome. I think that's very important. There's so many people that walk around and they're hurting inside that we forget that they forget that they're human. People do like you. People think nobody cares. People think that they're down and out. They're the only ones with these problems. And the fact of the matter is, we all are going through something. So we all need to come together sometimes, all the time, and just know that whatever you're going through, somebody else is going through worse, or it may be less. Regardless, everybody's tired, and everybody's battle, and everybody's situation is different, but in a sense, it's all the same. We want to come together, and we want it. Some people just have problems expressing themselves. Like, as for me, I have no problem expressing myself. Sometimes I choose the words wrong. My choice of wording is like, well, he just cussed, or he just said that dirty word, or look what he just... I don't care about things like that. You understand somebody's message, unless it's all truly a bunch of gibberish. Understand what people are saying, and understand that people speak sometimes without ever opening their mouth. Actions, what they do, the way they treat others. And I don't care. Somebody can be pretty, somebody can be hot, somebody can be beautiful. I do not care what you look like. If you have an ugly heart, you're an ugly person to me. That's me. Like to be, facetious to someone is one thing. To treat them this and another. If you have that ugly heart, where you just absolutely talk like you know what I'm talking about, folks. The true ugly heart. Now, I don't base a lot of things on appearance, but I think a lot of people, the human race, is beautiful. I think our cultures and our diversities and our versatilities, I think that is great. I take it that many people don't realize the versatility or don't care in this world, not in our nation, not in where you're from or where you're at or where you're going or where you're currently at. In this world, I love the versatility of the culture, because I think that it takes many to make the world. And, I also think that we as human beings, as people who walk and roam the world, the earth, I think that we should really, really be thankful. And we should study our earth more than up there in space. Not that that'll be something else I'll talk about and address, but not that, space is bad or universe is bad, but we seem, at least what I've read, we seem to know more about up there in space than we do our own. So I guess what I'm saying is all the being nice to people will come back to you. I believe that, because in the world we're in, we all are energy. We all give off energy. We know that. Doing this right here gave us energy. So imagine when you're in a good mood and your spirit's right, and your body, and I'm not talking like religion and stuff. I'm talking true energy. Like, we don't even need science to tell us we're energy. Technically, we know that when we touch something or we rub something or we talk or we move, or our motion creates that energy. So imagine that on that celestial level, where everybody's energy, like, that's a lot. So I believe that has a lot to do with everything, and it'll come back to you. So if you're nice to somebody, as I was, talking at the beginning, if you're nice to somebody, it comes back to you. If you have a bad heart, it comes back to you. And, some people call that karma, and that's fine. Call it whatever it is. It is karma. But I also believe in Murphy's Law. What can happen will happen. I think karma and Murphy's Law is kind of maybe not the same, but it should be joined together. Karma, Murphy Law, or something like that. Because what goes around comes around, and what can happen will happen. If it comes back to you when you do bad, it's your problem. What can happen is you can do the right thing. They're kind of the opposite of things, but you will do the right thing. So there's Murphy's Law, there's karma. But being nice to people, just to stay on track and reiterate that, like, I can't enough. That's what the Big Beard and Friends, that's what we're about. These guys watching, if you're new to this, share the video and tell people. We got other videos. Go back and look at some more. We have got videos where where we've preached, so to speak, nothing but inspiration to people. If you're on my Facebook, be sure to let people know by liking or sharing or commenting or whatever it may be on some of these videos I have on my Facebook, because they go back 5 years. So I've been trying 5 or 6 years just to get this message out, to be nice to people. And later in my life, I befriended a guy named Duncan Rabin, and if you guys have not checked it out, check out episode 38. With Across the Pond episode. Really cool episode, really cool time. Had a lot of fun with this episode and this man. And he is in the UK, the other part of the world, so to speak. And he's going around hashtagging just say hello. And he's talking to people interviewing people. He don't know. He don't know these people. All kind of race, creed, colors, culture, people, but they all have one thing in common. And he starting a conversation by saying, "Just say hello." He said, "Hello." And he starts talking to them, and you find out that people, now, some of us needed reminders, some of us never needed to be reminded, some of us never gave it thought, but you find out through Duncan's videos, at least for me, that we all are essentially the same, but we're different in the sense that we're the same because we all have it in our heart, but we're different because some show it and some don't, and some are afraid. So be sure to check that out. This whole week, this Thanksgiving that we've had going on, I was wanting to touch on that too. We've had a lot of food pass through this house. As I'm sure if you have had your festivities and you guys are doing your Thanksgiving out there, I hope everyone had a wonderful, wonderful Thanksgiving and eat lots of turkey, tater salad, whatever, banana pudding, green bean casserole. The list could go on and on and on as to what we may or may not eat for Thanksgiving and the pros and the cons of it. That's another thing. There's so many different foods that we eat at Thanksgiving that I'm starting to wonder, do we just eat some of this at Thanksgiving, or could we eat and make it the rest of the year? If you guys have anything like that you eat just at Thanksgiving, like in other words, if it's not different for you at Thanksgiving, you just have more people eating and more food, then let me know. Drop a comment below and let me know, like, do you eat Thanksgiving food if you celebrate it just on Thanksgiving, or could you eat that year round as a meal? I personally, I think it has a more meaning, and it's a little special at the holidays. But you can see I don't miss this meal. I don't miss this meal or any meals. So I could eat it year round. So that's me. Let me know, guys. Another thing that I want to talk about is kindness. Real quick. Being kind does not cost anything. Sprinkle that shit everywhere. I read that a long time ago, and I'm just now seeing it all over the social media. And I was reading it back in the email days. I think it was a chain or something. But it's true. Kindness doesn't cost anything. Everybody could use it. And, I get a lot of people are telling me, at my job, like, why are you so cheerful? It's 6:30 in the morning. It's 7:30. It's 7 o'clock. Why are you so cheerful? And I'm like, you know what? I've been up 3 hours by the time you get here. And, you get up 3 hours, 4 hours before you go to work? I'm like, yeah, I do. At least 2, but probably at least 4. Most of the time 4. And the reason being is I like getting up. I like having my day. I talk to God. I have a cup of coffee, probably 2, maybe 3. I leave with 1. And I sit around my little fire, no matter what's going on. And I come in here. And I turn the music on, and I decide I want to work. And I decide that I want to try to get ideas about Big Beard, about shows. And I usually have an hour before I even go to work. And then, I leave. And, I come back and do it all again. So that's another thing. That's why I'm cheerful. But I do it because my problems are not your problems. If I wake up and get my mind right, as I've said many a times, get my mind right by waking up, having that coffee, get the sleep out of your eyes, stretch a little bit, like move your eyes around, twist, turn, really wake up, then that makes me feel good. And I know, even my own boss is like, Blake, I'm not a morning person. Okay, all right. I don't know how you do it. I'm like, I wasn't always this way. And one of my favorite things to tell people is many people come in and go, how do you get up? How do you get up? Why? How? What prompts you? What, man? I don't have to get up. I'm not getting up. Why do you do it? And my answer is I say that I do it because there's not enough hours in the day. I told my father yesterday, I said, listen, I get up because there's not enough hours in a day for me to enjoy life. And while I'm out making a living and making a life, I don't want to forget to enjoy mine. And my dad just kind of looked at me, you know, and I said, that's how I feel. I still want me time. I still want to do me. And I've had people tell me, well, you got kids, man. You got kids. Your life's over. That is not right. It is what you make it. If I could get up with my kids when they were infants and we changed their diapers at 2, 3, 4, 5, some on the clock, some every 10 minutes, some every 30. Some of you guys are doing it now. You may be watching this right now up with your kid. No matter when or where you're watching it, if we can get up, and this is the way I feel, if I could have got up then I can get up on my own now. Now, you can easily say, well, you had to then. You had to get up. Okay. Well, that got me thinking, I got so much accomplished. You know, by 8 o'clock, people are just groggy or just getting up. Hey, if you do not have to get up, don't do it. I mean, why would you, right? Me, I like it. I love getting up. And don't get me wrong. There's times where I get up and my wife or somebody may be the target of my morning. Like, I'm right. But I always know deep down inside and well, on the surface, it's all because I'm ornery, it's early, I'm groggy. Well, if I get up and nobody gets to see me, like wake up, by the time I talk to people, I'm happy. I'm like, hey, how are you doing? So it's not that I'm cheerful, it's that it's thoughtfully planned because I don't want to breed or bleed problems on anyone. I don't want to manifest them and I don't want to share them. So, and I'm guilty of talking about what irks me and what's going on in my life, but I for the most part, pass and repass with people, even when I'm not at work. And I talk to them and I put them on the level of, I'm treating you how I think people should be treated. And that's what it comes to. It is a tough road for some people. It's a tough road for many. But always know somebody, everybody, but somebody is fighting a battle that you've never seen, you've never had, and you never knew about, and you never have experienced. In other words, you don't have to look far to see somebody in worse shape than you are. With that being said, I've got something I want to share with you guys this week. So, threw together some clips, and I hope you enjoy. And at the end, I'll pop back up and I'll say some things, because that's what I do. Enjoy these right here, guys.
Yep. This is where I do all the work. I get up early. It's just me and me alone. People who give me footage, this is where your footage ends up. This is the behind the scenes look. I get up early. I tend to things that I have to do while still getting some itinerary about the show and what I would like to do and go places with it. And then there's other times where, you know, I just want to go head over heels with what I'm doing with my life and make things come to life. And it's kind of hard sometimes with what I have in my head to get out through the camera. I do want to say that I spend a lot of my time going over things left and right. And, you know, sometimes I end up putting things on the floor, so to speak, on the cutting room floor, and I never sees the light of day. And some I'm going to create in a bonus feature. And sometimes it's going to be another episodes.
Big Beard and Friends.
Yeah. The other stuff that I have planned involves a lot more people, a lot more places to go, and things that I think that I'm not even begin to talk about, but I think that you guys are going to like. We have RC crew. They will always be awesome. We'll have to tell you how it all started. I think I got my beer on ice problem and situation remedied pretty good. These guys come together when it needs it. They don't hesitate. There's no second guessing. I really could not be or do any of it, be around a better group of people or do any of it without these guys. They are the catalyst behind Big Beard. These guys, we do have our brew. This is what we like to do. Every Friday we hang out and we watch what I've worked on all week. These guys, we've never had a dull moment. It's always been awesome. We can go, some of us go way back, and this is the crew that we need. We have a place to kick it when we do kick it. That's our workout area there. We have worked out hard. Maybe one day you'll see us all in there, and I can get that footage as well. That's at Marty's house right there. So
my guys, thanks for your time, and share this video, hashtag Big Beard and Friends. And there's 3 things I always say that, what do I say? Love, peace, and chicken grease.
presentations.